to my channel. Today's video is going to be a daytime glam is what I think I'm gonna call it. I don't know that it's like actually glam because it's not going to be anything heavy, but I just wanted to do something a little bit shimmery but still neutral, but just something to kind of open your eyes up and make it look like you put effort into it and that you're put together, even though it's really simple and really easy, but it's also light enough to where it's appropriate to wear during the daytime. So if you want to see what I'm going to do with this, then just keep watching. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to start off with is this eye cream from Origins. It is the Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream, and I have been loving this recently. I think it was from my allergies, but I had noticed that I was waking up and my eyes were just super puffy. And so I wanted something for in the morning just to kind of depuff and brighten a little bit. It's got kind of a little bit of a shimmer, but it's not like flecks of glitter or anything. Oh, and please excuse my nails. I need to go get those done like 3 days ago, but I haven't done it yet, so just ignore. But anyway, this has like a little bit of a shimmer in it just to kind of give your eyes like a brightened effect, and it also has caffeine in it, so it helps depuff and get rid of any dark circles or anything like that. So in the morning before I put my makeup on, either I'll do this before, after I wash my face, or right before I put my makeup on, just to kind of brighten and depuff, and then I'll let that dry. So the next step that I'm going to go in with is concealer, and this is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I am in the shade Fair. I like a lighter shade because I use it to kind of highlight and brighten underneath my eye area. And when I don't have a tan at all, which I barely have one now, but when I don't have one at all, I'm super fair, so I didn't want to get anything that was too dark. So I'm just going to blend that out. I'm actually going to go back in while I'm thinking about it and put just a little bit on my eyelids, because this to me almost works better than an actual primer, because it makes everything blend out very smooth, and this concealer does not move. Like, it stays put all day long, and so it really kind of helps just make everything smooth and helps keep your eyeshadows in place, I have found. And so I use that instead of an actual primer. And if you're wondering why I put my concealer on first, it's because I use a powder foundation. If you use a liquid foundation or a cream foundation, you will want to put that on first and then put your concealer on top of that so that you can kind of blend it into that. It's not heavy, but it gives really good full coverage. So I love this. I've talked about it. I use it in almost every video, so you probably know what's coming if you've watched before. But this is the IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation. And I also have used the Illumination one, and I do really like it. And that's actually the one that got me kind of hooked on this foundation from the start. But I had gone through a couple of things of it, and so when I went and got a new one, I just wanted to get the regular matte one, especially because it's summer. And like I said, very hot and very humid, and I'm not as oily as I used to be. I used to have super oily skin, and it's not as bad anymore, but I can get oily and just like that sticky feeling whenever you're in humidity. And so I wanted something that was a little more matte for the summertime right now. So that's what I'm using. And I'm just gonna bring that down onto my chin a little bit so that everything is blended nice and smooth. I'm gonna go in with Hoola bronzer from Benefit. I'm just going to use that to kind of contour just a little bit right under my cheekbones, just to give my face some definition. I know this is not a video about contouring, but just so that you can see while I'm doing it. If you look at this side of my face, it's very one-dimensional and flat, whereas if you look at this side, it has some dimension right here, so it actually looks like I have a bone structure there. So that is why it is good to contour. And I don't do this every day by any means whatsoever. Sometimes I just throw blush on and call it good. But since this is a daytime glam look, I figured I would go ahead and show you what I would do for that. And then I'm also just going to bring a little bit of that up onto the forehead, because you don't want this and this to be dark and then nothing up here, because this will all be flat. So I'm gonna bring this up to the forehead and my temples a little bit too, just to add some dimension up there as well. And then I'm just gonna go kind of right in that little area right here of your chin. And then I also go right under here. And a good trick, which a lot of you have probably seen before, is the 3. So if you take your brush and you just kind of make a 3, that's where you want to contour or bronze. Next, I'm gonna go in with blush, NARS Orgasm Blush. So I'm just gonna put this right on top of where I put that bronzer on my cheekbones. For highlight, I am gonna highlight a little bit on my cheekbones just because this is a daytime glam look and it's summer, so you wanna be just like a little bit glowy looking but not overboard. So I am going to take an old highlighter that I have, and I honestly don't even know if you can get this anymore. They might still have it, but I'm talking about like I should probably throw this away. It's so old, but I love it, so I'm gonna keep using it. This is just some iridescent loose powder from MAC, and it is in the shade Silver Dusk. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of what's in the lid already and just brush that right on top of my cheekbones. And I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm not gonna do too much because we're gonna make the eyes, we want the eyes to be the focal point, and those are also gonna be a little bit glowy and shimmery as well. And I'm just gonna do a little bit on the tip of my nose and Cupid's bow. For eyes, we're gonna do something super, super simple and easy. What I wanna do is take a big fluffy brush and that Hoola bronzer that I used to contour out my cheekbones, and I'm just gonna put that all over the lid and up into my crease just to add a little bit of dimension to the eyelid. This is the Shadow Sense from Synagence, and this is in the color Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. So I'm just gonna put this on the lid, and this is going to act as my base for my eyeshadows. So I'm just gonna pat and spread that out and make sure that it's even over my whole eyelid and up into where my crease would start. If you have that, you can just add another layer and you don't have to do anything else to it, but I'm just weird and want to. So I'm gonna go in next with Makeup Geek, and this is the Afterglow pigment. This is what it looks like. It's just a really neutral, shimmery, kind of champagne pigment color. And so I'm going to take that same brush and I'm just gonna use what's in the lid, and I'm going to pat this on the lid. I'm just gonna roll that up into where my crease would start. And I'm gonna do one more. Just to pack it on and brighten it up. And again, you want to pat, not rub, when you're working with a really light shimmery color, because you want to keep as much of the shimmer and the pigment as you can without rubbing it off. For my lower lash line, I'm going to take that same Hoola color and a pencil brush, and I'm just going to go underneath my lower lash line just to kind of deepen that a little and add some dimension and definition to my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take that same Afterglow pigment from Makeup Geek and just a little tiny brush, and I'm going to use this to put that pigment right in my inner corner right here. For brows, I'm going to use the Busy Gal Brows from Tarte, and I am in the shade Taupe. I just got this a couple of days ago, so I plan on doing like a review and a demo of it, but I love how tiny and precise that brush is. I'm just going to go in and put the pigment on, and then I will work on shaping those out. And you can already tell that that makes a huge difference. It looks a little funny without mascara, but that is why brows are so important, because they help define and shape your face. Alright, brows are done, and now I'm going to go in with lashes. So I'm just going to do one little coat of mascara, and for mascara I am using, as always, the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black. Now that I have a coat of mascara on, I'm going to go in with the Ardell Wispies, and these are the faux mink ones. Okay, now that lashes are done, we are going to move on to the lips. And for this look, a neutral or a nude color would obviously look amazing. But for today, I'm going to go in with some color because I'm wearing a pink romper. So I'm going to match my lips to my romper. And for that, I am going to use two lip liners from NYX. The darker one is number 816 in the color Fuchsia. And I'm also going to go in with a lighter color, kind of like for an ombre look. And this is number 840 in the color Rose. So I'm going to take the darker one first, Fuchsia, and I'm just going to line the outer part of my lips and then fill them in just a little. And now I'm going to go in with that lighter color, and I'm going to fill in the middle part for kind of an ombre effect. And you want to just blend it into the dark pink that you did on the outer corner really well. And that's it for lips. That is it for this look. Super easy and super simple. If you decide to try this out, please post it and tag me so that I can see how awesome it turns out. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. And as always, have a very blessed day, a very blessed week. If you have any questions, comments, requests, anything like that, please leave those down below. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you for the support so far, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful summer so far, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!